Showman can't be too sloppy.
Everything's constructed, guys. Even yet. One thing was...
I believe you're the dog.
That's all I need is for you to believe. Hello, hello, hello. Testes, testes. 1, 2, 3. Testes, testes. Hey, I appreciate it. I really so bad want to redo that first set now that I got a buzz on. Not shitting you, I won't. But this third one, it's straight up a cheat. It really is. You may have heard I was in the fire. This is within a couple days afterwards. My opinions mean shit to nobody at all. It's to me. For myself, I thought, I'll write this thing down, you know, so I can remember what it was, because I still don't think of it as like, it's big, but it's not, it wasn't an existential crisis. It's not something, but I still felt that it was big enough that in retrospect, I probably want to have my fresh memories on paper, you know, so I did that for myself, but you know how I like to share. So here it is. This is basically straight up, I'm damn near going to read this thing because I've already memorized not as much as I should have, but apparently all I could.
Oh shit.
Did I slide this thing up? I bet I can on myself. Look at me fucking figuring shit out. Luddite working things. Oh, no, I fucked it up. Never mind. I'll go back to where it was. Alright. Again, the ego. And again, all atheism is pure egoism. Don't, if you want to come up and discuss it, we will. And if you want to do that math thing about sorting my body weight in cocaine, we will. It's such a fucking arrogant thing. I titled my memories Reflections in a Fire, or Shit Fire, Shit's a Fire. From the time I stepped down the 3 stairs to look out the kitchen window and think, wow, it's white out. Is that sand? Through the seconds it took to walk to the window and realize it was smoke and sand. Look out back and see the neighboring farm's impressive old woodpile on fire. And yell to my roommate, his kid, and my friend Adrian, who were all in the house with me, the woodpile's on fire. I was fascinated. By the wind, but more by the weird, I still don't know what other sounds. Oh, and also by the 30-foot tornado of fire that was going above the woodpile. So fascinated as I watched it through a window, like my 6-day-old 65-inch Christmas bought TV. I stared wide-eyed and slack-jawed. Yeah, burn the fuck up. That's what I was hinting at for the slower. I stared wide-eyed and slack-jawed as the 30 to 40-foot wide strip of open space grassland bordering our neighborhood between us and the still working farm erupted in flame. Like a marching band at first, in a straight line, and then like somebody fucking drove a pickup truck behind the band. Boom! Just taking off everywhere. Scattered like being chased by a truck. From as far left as I could see out my window to as far right as I could see in mine, how'd I say it? Dumbfounding seconds. I said in a way weird in retrospect, that I thought would attract the other people I thought were still in the house to the window. You know, to see this fucking conflagration going on, 1/4 inch of glass away. The back strip's on fire. Side note, I will admit to walking Sir Duncan, that's Adrian, my buddy's dog, in that 40-foot wide strip of space in my backyard, in the 4-foot tall grass, thinking, oh, this is the perfect crime. Dog shits in the middle of that grass, I'm not gonna pick it up. Nobody sees the dog's this big. He walks out there and takes a shit, that's perfect. No one will ever find that shit. Turns out I was right. Way right. It was the perfect crime. Anywho, back to our hot topic. At that point, my roommate Jesse, apparently the smartest amongst us, yelled to his son, who was visiting from college, grab your computer, let's get the cars out of here, and was gone in seconds, leaving his own phone and computer behind. All true. At this point, still at the window, I said, backyard's on fire! It's about 10 feet wide. Let me rephrase that. It was about 10 feet wide. Now it goes from what used to be my house all the way to the Flatirons. Unobstructed view. At that point, Adrian, the second smartest amongst us, put his dog in his car,
Next page.
Maybe. And said, oh, put his dog in his car. There we go. Put his dog in his car and said, let's go. I wondered how long it had been dark at 12:10 or 12:15 on a sunny day. I then went upstairs to grab my laptop, as I thought I had heard Jesse say. I was putting on my slip-on shoes when I thought, I should wear my Red Wings in case I have to go to work tomorrow and can't make it back before then. With that, it made me think, I should exchange these torn sweatpants for my work jeans. No, blue jeans. I wore blue jeans. I had to buy new pants. For my jeans. That made me think, my jeans pockets aren't ripped up and have holes in them like my sweatpants pockets. I should grab the $3,000 in my roll-top desk over here. Hadn't been to the bank. I work in tables. Oh. Okay, that's the end of it. That's supposed to be a punchline. Anyway, that made me think about grabbing the several $1,000s. It was three. I say several. It was three. Three counts as several. Several $1,000s I had in a drawer in my wooden roll-top desk. Adrian had, by that time, come back up the front wooden stairs to the front door as I was at the top of the interior ones. As I followed him down the front stairs to the driveway, I saw that Jesse had left the garage door open. I only saw this after stepping beyond the shelter of the garage itself. I already knew there was a lot of wind and sand in the 105-mile-an-hour winds going outside, but stepping into it was like stepping into a sandblaster. I thought, I should close the garage door so I don't have to sweep it out later. Walked back into the house. I walked the 2 stairs from the garage floor up to the family room, closed the garage door behind me, and entered the house. And thought, I'm gonna wave Adrian off, go to the side of the house and get a hose. It's a grass fire. I swear to God, that's what I thought. As I pulled out my phone to text him, I saw about a half a dozen or so texts from him. And I'd just seen him 30 seconds ago. I was like, what? And they're all like, oh my God! Because he'd see what's going on outside. I'm still in the house. That's when, as I looked at that phone, that's when every smoke alarm in the house went off simultaneously. Bang, bang, bang! I looked up, startled out of my personal fog, to realize the smoke was about 4 inches above my head.
Oh my God.
Now I'm 5'6" on the team roster, and I realized, oh fuck, this is fucked. So I put the phone back in my pocket, took 2 steps, turned right, and walked up the 4 steps to the living room. Crossed the living room, which I'm sure, I can remember, I don't physically remember fire, but yes, I remember it was hard to breathe. Walked across the living room, out the front door so I could lock it, and walk down the front stairs. Okay, that's what I said I wrote down. I walked down the 11 wooden stairs. They were wooden stairs. I'm walking down the 11 wooden stairs across 20 feet of the sandstorms and heat of Dune. Remember, this happened right after that movie came out. Again, this was Colorado on December 30th, and the air was more than a tad bit warm. And into Adrian's car. As we drove off with 10 to 15 feet of visibility, I said, should we call somebody? Adrian said, I think I saw a fire truck or something. As we made the 2 blocks through the houses and trees, I couldn't see far enough to know if they were on fire or if it was just all the literal fire in the air around us. We saw a police SUV pulling into the entrance as we, along with a couple other cars, crawled to the 36th East on-ramp, since we couldn't go straight or west because a dump truck driver was parked perpendicular, blocking the left 3 lanes. As we moved forward, we saw the construction helmeted driver waving cars onto 36 East only. That's when I thought, man, they deputized a dump truck driver. This shit might be serious. I said that out loud to Adrian. At that point, I said, damn, man, they deputized a dump truck. This might be serious. We met the FEMA guy at the house. As I stepped out of the car, the first thing I said was, holy shit. The second was, look at that view. The Flatirons are beautiful after a good snow, which occurred the day after the fire, as I joked about God's joke earlier. It was a crystal blue, snowbird kind of grandeur, unobstructed by a single standing wall in the 170 home neighborhood Sagamore. Every home, a basement filled with ashes. If I were a different kind of writer, I would say ashes and loss, or disappointment, or memories. I'm not. I'm more of an all of life is loss until it's yours. All disappointment is unmet expectations. And memories are in your head kind of writer. Mementos are things that spark, ironically, memories. If the mementos are gone, communicate with those whom you shared the memories with. Though, trust me, after something like that, it can be exhausting. The memories, if the memories lost, if the mementos lost are of memories with someone who is no longer here, then you are already and always will grieve them and cherish those memories, not the mementos. Adrian, Sir Duncan, his dog, and I drove away after the FEMA encounter, past a few other folks in the wasteland. Some of them who we had spoken to, others whom we had just waved to. And I thought, damn, I should have stopped for cigarettes before we met the FEMA guy. Fuck, we've been here an hour and I know they're in a stone orphan for 10 miles. Thank you. You are far too kind, literally far too kind. There are, some people I gotta thank. There are people without whom this would not have been possible. The makers of Crown Royal, people who grew the weed I smoked, myself, because I grew most of that weed, the plethora, the Pandora of purveyors, providers, purchasers, and partners in the pills and potions and potents and potables and push-ups that I've done over the years. Hey, but mostly you people here in the room.